Today we are checking in from what should be my daughter's very glamorous bedroom, but instead is actually like a kitten warehouse. That's because this is where we do all of the fostering of kittens and cats. Most of them come in quite ill and leave quite happy, although this year I've been quite lucky that after some really sick kittens, I've had 3 quite well females who 2 have been adopted. One is still working her way into a forever home. So today I thought I would introduce you to what we're calling our Adventure Time Kittens. So for those of you who are fans of the Cartoon Network series, Adventure Time, you might recognize some of these names, and for people who are going, what the heck is Adventure Time? You will not recognize these names. So first things first, this is Marceline. Marceline is black and white, and she is very fluffy. She's also very timid at times, but once she gets her groove on, she feels really happy. This is baby Jake. Jake is one of 2 boys. He's ginger. This is Jake. Isn't he gorgeous? He is the first full ginger we've ever had, and you can see that Jake has a bullseye on his side, which means he's a classic tabby. Then we have climbing at the moment. This is Marshall. Marshall is my owl cat because he's got such huge eyes, and he is so sweet. He is so soft, like literally the softest kitten I have ever felt. Marshall likes to do things Marshall's way. Marshall doesn't like to be told when to go to the toilet. He doesn't like to be told when to eat. He doesn't like to be told it's time to wash his bottom and brush his fur. Marshall does things on Marshall's time, and that's okay, because he's really good at going to the toilet. This is Fiona. So rather than Finn, we have Fiona from the Ice Kings fan fiction. She is pure white except for some spots of calico color. Fiona is the boss. She is the alpha. She's also very loud, and she tells anybody anytime that she's not very happy. So that's Fiona. And loveliest of all is Miss Cake. So also from the Ice Kings fan fiction, we have Cake. Cake is the most adorable kitten who was ever born. Look at that tummy. Because cats can ovulate on a weekly trigger, they can mate multiple times with multiple males, and so you can get cats of various colors, as you've seen, but also various ages. So once a pregnancy has reached enough time for the biggest, labor begins, and they're all born, whether they're ready or not. So you can actually have a litter of various ages and sizes and development. So that's why Miss Cake is so much smaller than the others. She was possibly born a bit small. You know, she's completely formed. She just wasn't as big when labor, you just heard that, when labor happened. She also probably, because she was smaller, she hasn't been able to fight for better access to milk. But she can eat. The girl can eat. The girl, she pretty much has doubled her size in 2 days. So that's really exciting. These kittens were found under a house. Their mom hadn't been seen for a couple days, and they were beginning to cry, obviously out of fear and hunger. So they were surrendered to the SPCA. SPCA brought these guys in. They're from an area that has had a few FIV positive cats. But these guys weren't tested. They don't quite come from that area, but of course, FIV being FIV, it's hard to know without doing a blood test. But they're healthy, which is the best thing. Earlier this year, we had a litter, possibly 2 litters, condensed into one, a group of 7 kittens. And they had both Giardia and Coccidia. Giardia is communicable to humans, Coccidia isn't. And it was just a poop fest. It was hard work. It was not the best fun. In reality, I probably should have halved the size of the litter and sent them back when they were pooping so much, because it basically destroyed this bedroom. We're going to need to replace all of the carpet, possibly a couple mattresses. I was in over my head. I can admit that now. Then I couldn't. Because I just kept thinking it's going to get better. Every day it's going to get better, and it didn't get better until I think about the third round of the flagel. It's horrible stuff, horrible. And by that stage, I spent about 6 weeks cleaning this bedroom to get it to a stage where people could come in. So toilet training, I've started very early with these guys. I put them in the pan pretty much every 20 minutes. They can tell me whether or not they need to go. Oftentimes they don't even realize they need to go, so that's why I do it so often. At the moment, they're eating what we call meat and cereal. So I make the cereal by dissolving Science Diet Kitten bickies in hot water with some of their jelly meat. It makes a really super smelly, yummy cereal mix because they've literally come off mum, didn't eat for possibly a couple days, onto solid food. It's been a big change for them. I'm lucky that they're really positive with humans. Like, some can be really hissy-spitty and they hate you. Fiona was a bit like that. It was touch and go. Marshall, I think, was slightly traumatized when he was pulled from under the house because he was really fearful of hands, but he's getting a lot better. Of course, Marshall does things on Marshall's time, so it's really hard to know. Baby Kate needs a lot of work. She's the loveliest, most charming little baby, but when you're this small and you're physically 2 weeks behind your siblings, it's going to take a lot to catch up. She's more susceptible to illness, but these guys are so healthy, seriously so healthy compared to others. Their mom did a tremendous job, so shout out to that kitty cat out there who's missing her babies right now. These guys will have a wonderful start to life. Being fostered means that, especially with an experienced fosterer, it means that they learn a lot of things about human life, how to fit into human life, and they learn to like humans. I always think of fostering as creating best friends, so I'm not just looking after some kittens, I'm creating someone's new best friend. I've had 2 great companion cats who, you know, I think the world of, and they've thought the world of me. And I think that's really important, especially for people who maybe spend a lot of time on their own or are constantly sick. Having a companion completely changes the game. You know, they're fantastic listeners because they can't talk back. And sorry, they're just over there. When you can spend quality time with your companion, it's good. And so I think of raising these guys to be someone's new best friend. They're going to be spayed and neutered when they get to about 1 kilogram each. That's my personal weight requirement. I know you can do it at 850, but I prefer for them to be, you know, at least 10 weeks or 1 kilogram each. I think Marshall will get there pretty quickly. He's a bit of a greedy guts, but he runs a lot, so he might not. You know, they're in fantastic condition. You know, they may have had a bit of worm burden, but they've been wormed. I haven't seen any worms. The worming tablets didn't affect them too much. So they will go get checked out in 2 weeks to make sure they're doing okay. We've had a few sneezes. We've had a couple goopy eyes. They've cleared up. I mean, these are honestly the healthiest kittens I've ever had. Their mother did. Wow. Great job. Cleaning her foot, and it's so sweet. So they'll go get checked out when they hit 1,000 grams or 1 kilogram. They'll go in to be desexed. They will get chipped and hopefully adopted, hopefully right in time for Christmas. So hopefully there are some people looking for wonderful lifetime forever friends in the Wellington region who can claim these little guys before they go in, and they are going to be, wow, great companions. I'll show you Cake again because she is just, she's so cute. So this is baby Cake. Oh, darling. She loves cuddles. She obviously, you spent a lot of time with mum. She needs to be kept warm, of course, because she is so small. But she's learning to run, and you can see her ears aren't fully upright yet. They're still bent forward. So she is just a couple weeks behind these guys, which makes her oh so adorable. Cake is the boss. Cake tells me to stop working, I stop working. Cake is the boss. She is just the most gorgeous little baby. We have 3. We don't need more. If we had room, Cake would stay. She is just that divine. She even smells good. Cake smells lovely. So I'm gonna go now because there are kittens being kittens who probably need to go to the toilet. So thanks for watching. These are my babies. This is my passion. This is what I do. And if you want to see more kittens, let me know, please, because I love talking about cats and kittens. It's what I could spend all day doing, is talking about cats and kittens. So, leave a like for Cake, because Cake deserves a lot of likes. And if this is your first time watching one of my videos, please hit subscribe, leave a comment if you have the spoons, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.